Alright, so we have Eduardo, who I believe is player 1, and Ricky as player 2. These are brothers, so they play a lot. Actually, they don't play a lot. I have heard Ricky say that he hates to play against his brother, because Ricky says it's not a challenge. But Eduardo is here to try and prove him wrong. I like the stage pick. Very good stage pick for both characters, but Mario combos get to reset off of platforms because it resets jumps. And the same thing goes for Rosaluma. But Mario's back throw is a very easy way to get rid of Luma. So we'll see how that plays out. Eduardo having a hard time getting in though. It's not too surprising. Again, Ricky, the better of the two players here. He will be playing me in winners finals. Back throw. Luma doesn't get hit. Oh, and he went deep. Luma definitely out of there now. Things staying pretty even right now, but Eduardo up in the air. Finally makes, or I say finally, immediately makes it back to the ground. No juggles whatsoever coming out of Ricky. But lots of flubbing on these grabs right now. Eduardo not getting any bread and butter stuff off of Mario. I don't think he quite knows his percent yet. He's fairly new to playing Mario. Tries to get the ledge from, doesn't quite get it. But he is keeping the pressure on right now, and he actually has the lead. Whoever takes the first stock in this game, I feel like is definitely going to set the tone for this set. And Eduardo trying to go deep, get that fair spike, doesn't quite get it. Tries for the 2-frame if he knows what that is, but timed it a little bit too early. Ricky has learned, especially playing against CC, to you know, kind of wait out. Oh, texts the stage, and because of it, doesn't sweet spot, but making it back. Air dodges in past Luma. Very gutsy approach, and catches the fair. Does not get the sweet spot though. Being very aggressive off the stage. Oh, and just forward smashes, and Ricky loses the first stock. Very uncharacteristic for him. Maybe Eduardo has been very much in the lab and playing lots of 4 Glory. I know Ricky came up on 4 Glory, and that's what he credits for his general skill. But Eduardo doesn't want to be outdone by his brother right now, but having a very hard time landing. Oh, yeah. Ricky just kind of playing around right now. All right, finally makes it to the ground and gets an up smash and a couple up airs. He's definitely making the best of his stock. Rosaluma very light, so after... Oh, very surprised to see him come back. I was expecting Ricky to do something. All right, catches the recovery. Good tech. Oh, doesn't tech that time. And Eduardo takes game 1. Eduardo smiling like a moron towards his brother. All right, Ricky staying very stoked though. He's like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna have this in the end." It would be a very weird tournament to see Ricky not in winners finals today. Again, he was the first seed considering CC and Bakuda both were not here, so this looked like easy money for Ricky today. All right, so going to Town and City, I feel like this definitely benefits Ricky and Rosaluma much more than it does for Eduardo. But blast zones are a little bit smaller here than Battlefield. So Eduardo could, in theory, kill Rosaluma even earlier. Oh, but that shield is getting tiny. All right, and Luma lands on the platform, not quite out of there. And Eduardo being very evasive right now, not getting hit by a lot of Ricky stuff. All right, that is one thing that Eduardo's doing that I disagree with just a little bit. He's still kind of, I don't want to say new to the game, but a novice competitive player, and he keeps trying to land on top of Ricky, and that's not something you can do. Ricky has a phenomenal juggle game. Did you win? All right. You will play the loser of this match. All right. All right, so this is looking like a very different game from last time. Eduardo was doing a pretty good job of keeping it fairly even earlier, but Ricky not having it this time around. And Eduardo wisely choosing to go to the platform instead of landing on top of Ricky. But he's in the corner, and that is exactly where Ricky wants him. Makes it out of there without taking too much. But, again, Ricky, phenomenal ledge pressure, and reads the jump into air dodge towards the ground. Either that or he reacted to it. One of the two. Either way, you got the kill. So, Ricky definitely in firm command of this game so far. I don't want to count Eduardo yet, or out yet, but it's looking very much like we're going to see a Game 3. It will be Eduardo's counter pick. Excuse me. I'm very interested to see where he will go. There is no Dave Stupid rule anymore on the new competitive stage list. Which excused Duck Hunt also, because if Dave Stupid Rule was still a thing, or even modifies Dave Stupid Rule was a thing. Oh, and Eduardo just kills himself. That's something we've actually seen fairly recently. Jinta Beast did it at Barely Monthly, so. Alright, so going into Game 3, I would like to see, you know, maybe the Battlefield again. Eduardo did very well on it, but Ricky does get a ban, and banning Battlefield does also ban Dreamland in this new stage pick, or new rule set, so. Alright, and Eduardo sticking with the Mario. Normally when he feels pressured, he'll switch to the Toon Link. Alright, and Eduardo going to Town and City. Very surprised to see that. I don't know what Ricky banned. It's very hard to hear him, even when you're sitting next to him, but impossible with the mic on. But alright, so Eduardo draws first blood this game. But not really getting a lot of chances to like get in there and get punishes. I'd like to see a little bit more fireballs. I don't know how good it is in the matchup, but there we go. Seeing some B reverse fireballs too. All right, a little bit of tricksies coming out from Eduardo. Looks like he's been studying. And Luma is out of there, and Eduardo going to try and keep the pressure on, but Ricky has proved to be very evasive in the past. All right, very interesting offense coming out from Eduardo. Alright, and Luma back, and out of there instantly as soon as she spawned, thanks to the grab. Eduardo doing a very good job of getting rid of Luma now. But, again, Ricky's staying evasive, camping out on that platform a little bit. Not taking that and eating a lot of damage for it. Okay, I would have been super hyped to see that up B kill off the top, but oh, I disagree with the down throw. He's kind of overextending trying to get that kill, and it would have been much better to just go for the back throw, get rid of the Luma, and reset back to neutral, because as soon as Luma's out of there, Ricky, I don't want to say he struggles, but he just kind of rolls around, and Eduardo's been eating that up, so. I don't know if Eduardo knows how to reverse aerials. Like, right there at backer probably would have killed, and he got an up air, so if he would have just run, turn around, and hit Ricky with the backer, that definitely would have been that first stock. And Ricky just kind of foxtrotting, not wanting to overcommit to anything. And I definitely disagree with Eduardo not being offensive at that point. Like, you have to make the most of the time that you have when Luma's not there. You only have, I think it's either 12 and a half or 13 seconds. And, like, they just spent the entire time feeling each other out. And now, like, that huge lead Eduardo had was gone, but, you know, an up smash does a lot of work. And that goes both ways. So we're back to even, and Ricky again, the more seasoned of the two players, and he won on the stage already, so I was very surprised to see Eduardo go back to it. But, I mean, we did see Eduardo pick up the first stock and, you know, have a very early lead, but Ricky kind of backing off, trying to play it pretty safe. He's got the Luma now, so he's trying not to get grabbed, because that's like the #1 way Marios have been getting rid of Luma, especially in this game right now. But Eduardo kind of struggling to get in now, especially because Ricky really doesn't want to overcommit. Like, he already lost one game, and he was losing this game early on, so. All right, so Luma is out of there, and Ricky makes it back to the ground. Alright, I like the aggressiveness coming out from Eduardo, keeping the pressure on right now, but Ricky managing to just slip out of the up airs. And I like the throws. I'd maybe Mario's got a little bit of percent on him, so a pummel or two, and then into the long animation on the back throw would give a little bit more time for Luma to spawn, especially since Ricky doesn't really want to back off. So. I definitely disagree with the forward air in these scenarios. Like, you just need to be going. Oh, taunt in the middle of the game. Eduardo, what are you doing, man? Are we going to see a taunt get bodied? Or is Eduardo going to clutch it out? Gets the Luma. Doesn't really get it, though. Oh, very surprised to see not the up tilt. But at these low percents right now, and Mario being kind of heavy, definitely wouldn't have killed. but Eduardo can't put it on that platform. All right, let's see. Yeah, smartly shields when he sees Luma. Oh! Barely misses the punish on that. Oh, good spacing. And the back throw from center stage. Eduardo wins. All right. Eduardo telling Ricky to go home. Considering I am both their rides, it's going to be very difficult. But